So right now, the sun is really low in the sky. And I've got a rubber here in my accelerator and liquidator, and it's a little bit worn. And for most window cleaners, they're going through their motions and they think they're doing a good job, but they probably won't realise that they are leaving trails behind, right? So there is a small trail here. Now, one reason why I've got a trail is because this rubber here, especially on this side, is a little bit worn. So make sure your number one thing to check is to make sure you don't have any worn parts of your rubber. Try and use a fresh piece of rubber. So I've noticed with the jobs that people have been working on, lines that people don't know that they're there, but when the sun moves around, because the sun's low now, it highlights all the mistakes. So I've got an arc here and I've got a little arc here. So I'm going to give you all I'm not going to give you all, but just a few examples of how I reduce these problems. Now, you can't eliminate these problems, it's just the situation that we're in, but you can reduce. So number one, you want a very firm soap solution. No lousy loose solution the local window cleaner uses. Their windows are 10 times worse than the windows that you're probably doing, leaving lines. But look, everybody's leaving lines. Doesn't matter how good you think you are or how good your rubber is, you're still leaving, and I call them invisible lines, because they only appear when the sun is in a certain place or you're looking from inside out. Right, so what we've got here is just a standard squeegee, and we're going to put the tool in the right place at the right time. And of course, I've got lines here as well, so I can see arcs that I've left behind. So it doesn't matter what squeegee you're using, you're going to be leaving invisible lines that will be visible in certain angles of the sun, right? And it's low, so it highlights everything. So this is what I suggest you do. It's very similar to what I would do when it's really, really hot. I'm going to downsize the tool size of what I'm using. So the reason is I don't want to be making very sharp turns when it's freezing cold. And right now I'm using, in the very early morning, is antifreeze. So I want to reduce my very tight turns. Okay, so I'm going to be making more maneuvers, but I'm not going to be doing too much. I don't want my squeegee to be basically doing this. I want my squeegee mainly to be doing this, right? And everything is under control. So that means all these window cleaners that work far too fast and with a loose, lousy soap solution, they're the people that are going to get caught out quicker than the guys that are taking their time. So again, we've got to slow down, but listen, we're window cleaners, and I know it's hard for window cleaners to evolve and adapt, but if you want to be at the top of your game, that's exactly what you need to do. And you need to use the best performing squeegee. So my rubber here is in good condition and it's pinned, so I've got no chance of that really rubber moving. Well, there is a chance, but much less chance, right? Okay, so I'm going to be making less turns and less extreme turns. It's not about getting the windows cleaned in the minimum amount of time now. It's about controlling everything, being under control. And if everything's under control, you're still working less hard than everybody else, because you don't have to fix all the mistakes. So good quality, decent rubber, no burrs on it, and we're just going to be making very small turns. We're not doing major massive turns because we don't want them arcs, okay? And we're still leaving lines, but because we're under a lot more control, we've got less chance of having any invisible lines. So if I go over to this window here and use a bigger size squeegee, yeah, I've got more coverage, of course, but I'm making much more deeper turns, and of course I'm getting lines. So let's scale back the size. Now this is an 8-inch. You don't really need an 8-inch on this particular size window. 10-inch would be nice. 12-inch, you're just pushing it a little bit. You just want to make sure that I want to put my washer underneath, because I want to catch all my solutions if it is going to drip off. But I'm just making very minute turns. everything is under control. Just imagine a window cleaner being under control. I know it's very hard to imagine, but that's what you've got to be, in control. Last window. We're not doing these big moves here because now I'm going to get myself some lines. So we're just going to keep everything under control. Minimal turning. Where are you going to see this on YouTube? You ain't going to see it on YouTube until today. So that's just a few examples of how to get less chance of making lines. Now I know there's going to be some lines there, but I've mega reduced it. So use the best squeegees, use a good quality new rubber, control your solution, control your technique. Basically, you know what I'm going to say, don't work like everybody else.